Everybody, I'm Barb.
He's
what?
Ed.
Hello.
We're the Streeters. Do you know who we are? We're the Streeters.
I must be getting
And welcome to the ARTyRV channel, where we teach, share, and show everything we know about glass.
That's right, Barb. We're going to show them the best pro tips for leaded glass repair.
We're going to show them the tools they need.
We're going to show you the tools that you're going to need. We're going to show you a few techniques to help you get the broken glass out and to get the new glass back in. And we're also going to use a new word, backbedding, Barb. Stick around. We're going to show you what it is.
One more thing. We've got to figure out how old these windows are. That's the question of the day.
So we want you to look at the glass, kind of look at it, and look at the glass that's in it, because the glass really is kind of a giveaway. But were these windows made in the 60s, the 70s?
The 50s. So we'll have some clues at the end of the video. If you think you know when these stained glass windows were built, put your guess in the comments below.
So hey, if you like what you're seeing, don't forget, give us a thumbs up. Maybe even subscribe.
Lots more coming up next.
Hey everybody, so we have the glass removed now. We have the face of the lead open and our glass is cut. Now this is a Kokomo. It's a little bit darker amber. And I think I'm going to go out looking at this. I think I might. Well, actually, it's not too bad. When you get it in the light, it's not bad at all, is it?
Let me see.
Because I have
it's its best match we could find.
Because right? I have a green out there, but.
I'm thinking the green might be better. Is it just a green, or well, that looks good. Do you have another part of that piece that's got more green in it?
No, the green that's in it is more of a limey green instead of a blue green.
Oh, I see.
And this one they don't make anymore. So I think we'll be all right with this.
I think that's our best match.
I mean, it's as close as we can get. So we have our hole here. I'm going to back bed the outside with glazing putty, and then I'm going to put the glass in and then fold it over and zip it up and putty the inside. So by doing what's called a back bed, the outside will already be glazed. So I'm sure everybody knows that the putty in a stained glass window isn't just to make the glass rigid within the window itself. It's actually to waterproof it and to make sure that it doesn't leak.
Which is especially important on these windows since they are exposed to the weather.
Yeah, they're exposed to the weather all the time here.
So if a window is broken, they can feel that it's different. If they're protected on the outside with a Lexan or tempered glass or laminated or plate glass, you wouldn't feel that weather. But when they're exposed to the weather, you can't play around and let them be broken and open to the extreme changes in temperature. So they're doing the right thing getting these fixed now.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a little bit of time, and honestly, it's not cheap. It's not, you know.
We're what, an hour and 45 minutes from
We're 2 hours, yeah, we're basically an hour and 45 minutes from the shop.
So it's
we
here?
Got 3 hour drive time, and then we probably have 3 hours here. So that's 6 hours. And you know, I know that other green and amber isn't textured, but the more I look at it, the more I'm going to put it in here, I think.
It won't hurt to cut another piece and see which one looks better, right?
Well, the idea...
Just keep that one in case we got...
Yeah, because the idea is to really, because this fits good, so 2 11/16 by 9 3/8.
Okay, let's go see.
And I'll be right back. Let's go see if we can cut another one, Barb, and then we'll make a decision, okay?
All right. So we've made a decision. We think this is going to work. We're going to cut a piece the same color, but not textured. The same glass, but not textured. See if that looks better. make our decision from there. This glass has a little bit more amber in it, which will match the other window. It may not be obvious to the eye.
Right, so it may not be too bad. So we want 9 and 3/8. And wouldn't you know, we had just enough glass.
Always save any piece of glass.
That seems to be a little bit better, Barb.
Yeah, I think it does.
I think it'll.
I think that color matches better.
Okay.
That one, I think it matches, even though the texture is not the same. You can't even tell. I mean, if you didn't know it was replaced, I don't think it would stick out like the other one would. The other one didn't have any amber in it. It was too green.
Okay, everybody. How's that look? That looks pretty
Looks good.
Okay, so now I have a stiff chisel, and we're going to start to work this lead down. Can't use a soft chisel. Don't be candy with it. And then your roller. Flatten it out. What I call zipping it back up. Okay. Okay. So we're just going to keep folding our lead over, zipping it up. Okay, sports fans. So if you have access to the outside, you can cut this out piece by piece, but a lot of times it's easier because that curled jaw on your grousing pliers, you can just kind of reach around the glass and then just squeeze it. So when you squeeze it, it'll pop like that because you've already loosened up the lead.
And you've scored it.
And no, I didn't score it. I just cracked. I just grabbed it with the pliers.
I gotcha.
So
as with a bigger piece, you would just.
Yeah. So like right here, we're gonna have to go up in there like that and push that out. Same way with right there. Okay. So we have the lead out, opened up now. I have the pieces here, and again, watch. You just put that right there. Squeeze. Squeeze.
So given the metal, the structure that they've got these built in, looks like 2 separate pieces. No, is it 2?
Two pieces,
2
roughly
pieces.
3 foot by 4 foot. That's what it looks like.
Okay, and so the metal that they have that connects those 2 pieces, that's like a standard storm window?
No,
Or
it's actually a shoe
Oh, yes.
that's used for a showcase slider.
Okay, so what year would you think that this was done? I mean, what that piece of metal right there is been around.
Yeah,
for
you
a
just
long
joined. It's been
time.
around for a long. Actually, this is just a piece of H aluminum. These windows are probably 50 or 60 years old, I would say.
Okay, so that would be storefront, right? Old storefront metal?
No,
no,
it's just an H channel.
Okay.
Just an H channel.
Okay.
So now you can see we have that opening cleaned out right there.
Nice.
Clean.
So building larger stained glass windows, this is a good way to connect them with 2 large pieces. I mean,
Yeah,
you really
well,
shouldn't go much bigger than that.
Well, these because they're probably 7.5 feet tall, are too big. They're almost 8 feet tall. You really should kind of limit yourself to about 12 square feet before you split the window up, and it's a lot easier on the window, on the life of the window, if it's, you know, you could do 3 pieces here.
You could do 3 pieces.
A lot of times you'll see that this H bar here will be right here.
Yeah, and that's pretty much that. With this design, you really don't notice it. It does kind of disappear. Then structurally, the windows are wise. You put one huge piece in there, you're just not going to have.
Well, yeah, structurally they're not.
Structurally. And the installation, you're just making it more difficult.
Right. Well, yeah, try to figure out how you're going to pick up this window and get it in the opening without it falling over on top of you, or without using 4 people. Okay, so we're going to cut this 1 1/4 inches by 5 13/16.
Okay. 1 1/4 by 5 13/16.
Yeah, that's where we're headed. So we'll cut that piece of glass. This glass is called a figure C. Haven't seen it in a while. They may or may not still make it, I do not know. But most of what you would find in the figure C was the clear.
I've never seen red.
But that red is just so,
That's a pop.
oh, it's awesome color. Instead of fooling with it, we're going to take it off and be done with it so that we can move on to the next one.
This was the original meeting place when they started in 1905. They met in this little red schoolhouse, that's what they called it. And then a few years later, they built their first chapel, and it was located on the corner of Rosemary and Main Street. And I forgot which year, but they purchased these 2 properties, which is a block away down South Rosemary, and this was the sanctuary in 1940. And notice there's no stained glass. And then here in 1960 they completed the church. They added on this back part, which is where we're standing now, the Sunday school rooms. That was 1960, and we still don't have the stained glass that y'all worked on today. So those were put in after 1960. So.
Okay.